Welcome to iRate Digital Education.
Elimu mkononi.
How to use iRate Digital Education. There are three main users of iRate. 1. The student, who is also the main user. 2. Writer, this is the content provider. And 3. Partner, who is also known as the agent, student. The user accesses the system through the user code, which he or she receives when they register. In the homepage, there are three main icons. 1. Enter user code icon. 2. Request new user code. And 3. Find my lost user code. Once the student enters his or her user code, he is able to access the system. Once the student accesses the system, he or she is taken to the user dashboard. The user dashboard has 10 icons. 1. Do test. This allows the user to access sample tests as per the chosen class. Once the user clicks the Do Test icon, it takes him or her to the subject list. The user chooses the subject of his or her desires. The user is then able to do a maximum of 10 questions and later gets the results, which gives the correct answer against the student's answer. There are two types of questions. 1. Open-end questions, where the user types the answer. 2. Multi-choice questions, where the user chooses one answer from the given choices, usually 4 choices. Point to note, there is a hint icon which gives the user guidelines. The dashboard icon takes the user back to the homepage. The next test icon allows the user to do the next test on the same subject. The new subject icon allows the user to do another test on a different subject. 2. Test results. In this icon, the results of the tests that the user did are saved. The user can also use the test results for revision purposes. 3. Upgrade class. This allows the user to move from one class to another. iRate class concept is separated into Term 1, Term 2, and Term 3 except for Nursery, Class 8, and Form 4, which are considered to be revision classes. The user upgrades class and pays later. Once the user clicks the class which he or she wants to upgrade, he or she gets a pop-up containing the class to upgrade and the amount he or she is required to pay. However, the amount to be paid is built up. Once the user upgrades the class, a confirmation SMS is sent to his or her phone number with which he or she registered. 4. Online tuition. This gives the student 3 options. 1. Exam papers and answers. 2. Online timed exam. And 3. Tuition video tutorials. Exam papers and answers. Here, the user is able to get and view several exam model papers and their answers. Based on the paper that the user wants, he or she clicks on the exam paper. Each paper contains a maximum of 50 questions and their answers. This is ideal for quick revision. Online timed exam. In this case, the user can attempt exam and he or she is also given the provision to mark his or her own paper. The exam time limit is 90 minutes. There is a progress bar that shows the user how many questions he or she has done out of the total. There is also a time bar that shows the student how many minutes he or she has used up out of the 90 minutes. All timed exam, into brackets for primary, are in multiple questions and open questions for high school. Once the user is done with the exam paper, he or she is given the provision to mark his or her exam. Tuition video tutorials. This allows the user to watch and listen to video tutorials. Quite a number of videos are available and the user is able to watch them separately. 5. iRate library. In the library, the user is given various subjects and he or she can choose the subject he or she desires. Apart from the notes in the library, the student can also access reference books. The reference books help complement the notes. 6. Rate us. For the purpose of giving feedback, the user can rate the application, that is iRate Digital Education, by writing a comment and or star rating. Extras. 1. Billing. In this case, The user can see his or her billing details. 2. Terms of service. It contains the terms and conditions of using the iRate application. 3. Frequently asked questions. These are the basic questions asked about iRate. 4. Log out. The user uses this icon to log out of the system. A partnering agent is a user who is given a special code that allows him or her to use iRate Digital Education app and web services without further charges except for attainment of user codes per annum. The partnering agent has to his or her disposal 2 buttons. 1. Withdrawal button. 2. Add user button. 1. Withdrawal button. In this button, the partner is able to withdraw the amount of money he or she has earned that month. 2. Add user button. In this button, the partner is able to add users in his or her list of users. Apart from the withdrawal button and the user button, there are also 3 other areas. They include list of students account you manage, payment details for the month, commission details for the month. How to use the USSD. When using the USSD, dial *483 *124# on your phone. This will take you to a window containing the name of iRate Digital Education and 2 options. These options are 1. Select subject. When you select this option, it takes you to a window containing subjects for the class that you have registered. You then select the subject you desire to do a tutorial on. Once you have selected the subject, you are taken to a window containing a question together with that question's instructions and answers. You are required to choose the correct answer among the provided options. Once you have selected your answer, you then click on the Send button, which takes you to another window containing 1. Your answer, 2. The correct answer, 3. The option to do another question in the same subject, 4. The option to do another test but in a different subject, and 5. The option to exit the test. The next option in the USSD is 0, which enables you to find your lost user code. If you are an existing user, an SMS will be sent to your phone containing your user code. If not, you will be given the option 1 to request user code or 0 to exit. When you choose option 1, it will prompt you to register by 1. Giving your first name, 2. Giving your last name, 3. Selecting a class, 4. Selecting a term. Once you are through with the process, an SMS will be sent to your phone containing your user code. As a writer, you log into the system by putting your writer user code. Once you log in, you are able to access 2 main buttons. 1. Create paper. 2. My paper and account summary area. 1. Create paper. When you click the Create Paper button, you are taken to a window where you choose the subject you desire to input questions, as well as the Select Paper template. You then click the Create Page button. This takes you to the window where you input your question. A typical question has the following contents. 1. Instructions. 2. The question. 3. An image where applicable. 4. Answers. Make sure you click the correct one. This only applies to multi-choice questions. And 5. Notes. Here you input the title of the notes and the content. After inputting the above, you then click the Add Question button. You continue the process until you reach the total number of questions for that particular paper. There is an icon to show you how many questions you have input versus the total number required for the paper to be completed. The other button is My Papers. When you click the My Paper button, it takes you to a window where you are able to view 1. Number of papers you have done or drafted. 2. Number of papers submitted. 3. Number of papers approved. 4. Number of papers declined. You are also able to view questions that need to be reviewed. In the list of papers done, you are given the provision to 1. Build on the paper. 2. Add a copy of the original paper. And 3. Preview that particular paper. We then have the Writer Account Summary area. This window gives you a summary of your earnings and payment details for the papers approved. You also have the provision to withdraw your accumulated amounts.
It's a new dawn in education.
Let's go digital.
Elimu mkononi. Visit www.irate.co.ke.